All right, I'm at that time again where I just completed another year here at Prime. This is my 6th year I completed. I'm working on year number 7. And how do I feel about the company? Do I still feel like it's a great company to work for? At this point, I feel like I'm staying here. So I'm staying here. I'm going to be working still here at Prime. Things have changed throughout the years. Like whenever I first came in, it was a solo driving. You know, my buddy decided to come with me. We came out here. We ran team truck together. We did our thing, and we made good money. He decided to leave at the end of the first year. Once his contract was done, he left. You know, more power to him. I decided to start training, and I've been training. I did about a year and a half pretty much before, or it was probably a year and a month or two before I started training. So February will be, in February, that'll be my 5th year of training. So I've been training for 4 years and a little bit more than 4 years. And training is what I kind of fell in love with. And it's been great seeing all the people that's came here. It's been great doing the YouTube channel. Like I've been doing the YouTube channel for about 3 years now. And it's grown into such a great community of people that are good, and like people that want knowledge of trucking and people that can put in their input in trucking. We just came out with the Discord this year. The Discords are a lot of great fun, you know, and seeing people help each other on the Discord where I don't have to necessarily be the one that gives the response to the questions. So in the comments of my videos, I'm the one that's over there replying to all the comments in my video. In the Discord, I jump on there and I'm all like, oh, there's some comments, and I start looking at it, and I see that people are helping each other out on the Discord, and they are answering questions that people are having. Like today, I seen a question about, like, hey, whenever I get my own truck, my trainer doesn't have no tools on his truck, or no stuff to fix anything on his truck, no hammer, nothing. So whenever I get my own truck, what tools do I need? And boom, people were on there helping them. They're all like, get this, get this, get this. If you're a reefer, get this. I mean, it's great. As for, like, there was a big change that happened in February where you had to have 2 years, have your CDL for 2 years before you could start training somebody that had a permit. You know, and we adapted to that. Prime does a great job adapting to things. So, you know, I'm very good at adapting to change. I'm very good at figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And with that being said, I always listen to people and try to get more knowledge and try to learn something from anybody. I can go on to somebody else's pad while they're teaching their student and just sit back and be like, okay. I'm all like, hey, how's that work? And they'll show me how something works, and I'm willing to listen and learn from that. And I think that that's helped me out through the years of me training and doing this. And I feel like I'm going to make it to year 7. So be looking forward to me keep on doing this for another year. We'll see what happens to year 7. Prime has a great family. I feel like my YouTube community has grown into a great family, and it's kind of cool. I never really figured that I was going to be able to start connecting with my fans the way that I have, and being able to meet people and talk to them. Because whenever somebody first came up and said, hey, I've been watching your channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. Extremely nervous. Now I'm better at it. I'm all like, really? And I'm all like, well, I'm glad that you did your research and you chose Prime through my videos, and it's helped you out. You know, Prime's worked great for me. Like I always said, or I always say, do your research before you choose a company. I've done a lot of research, before I came out here, and I chose to come with Prime, and I am super glad that I've made this decision. And my goal whenever I came to Prime, my goal was to do my year, get my contract filled, and then jump to the oil field, because I'm from Texas. Like, the oil field money is really good. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna jump over there and I'm gonna go work in the oil field. And I started training students, and I was all like, man, after this student, while I have this student, my first student, I was like, while I have this student, I'm gonna finish them out, and then I'm probably leaving after that. I'm gonna start searching for me a local job. I miss my family. Like, I'm gonna do something else. And I'm glad that I stuck with it and I stayed here, because, you know, realistically, this is the most money I've made in my entire life. It has been right here at Prime. And the stability of having a job and not having to worry about, like, man, are people going to stop needing trucks someday? As of right now, I don't see any way possible to get rid of us truck drivers. So I feel like my job is stable. I feel like what I do, the service that I do at Prime, where I train people and get them their CDL and I help them out. You know, I was talking to one of my guys the other day. I'll let you know his name. I was talking to Sam the other day, and he said, he made a statement, and he goes, man, I can really see that you're a great trainer, because your interaction on your YouTube channel, the interaction I've seen out there with your students. And he goes, and also, he goes, your students, they are always coming to the pad to see you. Like, after they're off your truck, they are coming to the pad to see you. So that right there shows that your training made them successful, and they want to come and thank you for it. And I've even had guys that left Prime and they still call me, and they're all like, hey, what's going on? I just had a guy call me not too long ago, and he was all like, hey, what's happening? I have my CDL for a full year now. And I said, man, that's great. How's it been? Like, I started catching up with him, and he doesn't even work for Prime no more. But he felt like he needed to call me and thank me for everything I've done for him. He's all like, look, I worked for Prime for 6 months, and then I decided that I didn't want to be over the road, so I went home to do some local stuff. And whenever I went home, he goes, your teaching skills, the skills that you gave me made me successful at what I do now. He was all like, man, I go to some tight docks, and I hear you in my ear sometimes, like, hey, man, look at the back of the trailer. You know what to do. Make it, turn the wheel, do something. He goes, I can hear you telling me what to do. Oh, you're looking in the wrong mirror. And like, I feel like, you know, I feel like it makes me feel good that I help somebody, and that they're still out there doing trucking and they're successful at it. It really means a lot to me. And as for this past year, from year 6 to year 7, it's been great, and I've had a lot of fun out here, and training on the pad's been great. I couldn't ask for a better company. My family, we're living excellent. We're not struggling for money. We don't live paycheck to paycheck necessarily. What we do is we put money into savings, and you know, we put so much money into savings, and then we try to live off of whatever's left on that check. And we don't like pulling money out of savings to put into our checking account. So when we're spending money and stuff like that, we have to watch our account. But realistically, we have money in savings that we could spend, but it keeps you more motivated to only live within your means. You're not out there spending extra money because you see it in the bank account. It's in a separate account where you don't see it. I've learned that works best with me, because I learned whenever I have a bank account that I can just swipe my card whenever I want and not have to worry about it, I'm spending a lot of money. So, like, there's some self-control I need to learn right there. And doing it the way that we're doing it now, you know, it's a lot better. We've been doing this for a while, a long time, but here recently, like the number of students went back down, and like I had the true feeling of like, hey man, I have like $60 to last me 3 more days till I get paid again. Then I'm good again. You know, it's kind of hitting me on how I used to live paycheck to paycheck. And in reality, I'm good because I got my savings. You know, I'm not having to worry about it. But it made me realize how much Prime has truly given me. Because I remember whenever I was in Texas as a correctional officer, I had a certain paycheck. Like I was salary. I got the same paycheck every month. And I would have to stretch that paycheck the entire month. And I really don't like getting paid by the month. It was kind of strange for me to get paid every week. That was strange to me, but you know, getting paid every month, what you had at the beginning of the month, it better last you to the end of the month. So you had to be real careful with it. And there was times that at the end of the month, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it the rest of this month because I need gas in my car. I need this. Like I was over there like hitting up the plasma center. I'm going to sell my plasma to get fuel for my truck, my car, my truck or whatever. Like I have to go and do what I got to do to put money in the tank. And since I've been trucking, I really haven't ever had that feeling again. Like whenever I have some of my students come in there, they come in and they're all like, man, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I hope that this changes my life. I'm all like, man, I remember that feeling. I remember it. And it's like hearing them say it just brings back those memories of how I had to live for a long period of time. For 13 years. And I was struggling and it was paycheck to paycheck. Now, with the overtime, I was doing a lot better. But once we lost the overtime, I could no longer afford my house or nothing. So that's why I left. And that's why I became a trucker. So thank you to the state of Texas for having a budget cut and cutting out overtime. Without y'all doing that, I would still be working for you guys. You know, and it is what it is. Like it was a life. Like I was surviving. Now I'm living. So whenever I was living paycheck to paycheck, it was about surviving. Now I can live. You know, I worked hard to get where I'm at. One thing that I highly suggest y'all people do is start putting your money into buying a house. Stop renting. Put your money into buying a house. Build an equity. Your house is a great investment. There's other forms of investing too. Make sure that y'all are taking that time to check out those other avenues to invest in, because it's going to save you in the long run. Because if something happens, you have that nest egg or that savings, or maybe it's property. If times get rough, you can take the profit from that and do what you need to do. And that's what I feel like I have right now. Is I have my house, and I have like everything's working out great for me. I started a 401k this year, and I found out that you max out your 401k at $19,000. So that's as much as you can put in there in a year. So I was like, you know what? I haven't done no 401k. Now the company, they match what? I want to say they match 5%, up to 5% they'll match you, I think is what it is. Maybe it's 4%. I can't remember. But what I did is I talked to the guy, the financial advisor that Prime pays for us. And that's who I talked to set up my 401k. And he was talking to me about like 401k, how long I would have to work till I could retire, you know, what my goals were, how much I wanted after retirement, how much I expected. You know, we had a long discussion about this, and we set up the 401k, and he was all like, well, I recommend like 10%, I think you would be fine there. And then when you retire, you'll make X amount of money. And I was like, whoa, X amount of money is a lot of money. Like I wasn't expecting it to be that high. So I was like, you know what? The federal government is taxing the heck out of me. I said, why don't we just go ahead and, this money comes out before taxes? He's all like, yeah. I said, let's go ahead and put 15% in there. And he's all like, man, that sounds excellent. He goes, most people can't do that. And I was like, you know what? I'm a gambler. I said, we can always change it, right? He's like, yes. So I put the 15% in there, and I started my 401k probably in, if I had to guess, probably like June. And here we are, what, October, and my 401k is almost maxed out. So I've already almost put the max into it, and I'm like, wow, that's freaking awesome. So I'm gonna, my goal is every year to max it out now, and then once I max it out, it's like I got a pay raise for the rest of the year, and or I can take that same amount, do my own math, take the same amount and start investing it into something else. That way I'm still investing the same amount of money. I mean, it's not like I'm missing that money right now, so I might as well do something with it. I mean, it's like the older I get, the more I have to think about this stuff. Because my father, he passed away whenever he turned 50. So he turned 50 and about a week or two later, or a couple weeks later, he passed away. So like, I really did not plan for a future as soon as I should have, and I got a late start on it. So starting a 401k this year, it was kind of like, a reality check. Hey, you're way far behind. And I was like, yeah, I was under the understanding, or in my mindset, so like, I'm just making it to 50. It's in the genes. But it's not in the genes. I need to actually, get myself together and actually start planning for the future, because it's not too late to start planning for the future, but now I am more goal oriented into pushing myself into planning for my future after I retire. So I'm big on the 401k right now, and I highly recommend it. And Prime matches it. Like, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done the 401k when I first got here. But one of my main things is I said, you know what? I'm not going to be here but a year, so why do a 401k? That was a mistake. I see a lot of guys come into Prime and they're all like, man, this is a starter company. I'm just going to be here a year. I'm not going to worry about that stuff. Listen, guy, go ahead and set it up, because you don't know what the future holds for you. Everybody says this is a starter company, and you're only going to be here for a year. It's a starter company. A lot of us have made careers out of Prime Inc., and a lot of us are doing excellent here. So plan for that future just in case you don't leave. Don't be like me and wait 5 years and then do it. Make sure that you get it done. So I'm at the completion of my 6th year. I'm still at Prime, and I'm still happy to be here, and I'm going to continue to stay here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget Thursday night's Q&A. Y'all have to hit that up, because you get a lot of good knowledge in it, and I love talking to you guys. My fans are, and it's weird saying my fans, like, I'm not used to that, but Sam really put a reality check on me the other day, and he was all like, your fans. And I was all like, my fans? I was all like, yeah, I don't got fans. I go, I got subscribers. And he's all like, no, subscribers is just a word for somebody pressing a subscribe button. He goes, you got true life fans, people that love responding to you and like the interaction with you. And I was like, man, I've been thinking about this all wrong. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. And hey, who knows, if you're thinking about coming to Prime, make sure y'all are dropping that driver code in there. It's right there in my description. It's COXDJO. And I'm out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed my 6-year review. I feel like it's a great company, and I'm going to stay here. No surprises there. No surprises that I'm staying. I'm out.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and click on the next video to watch my current video that's out.